Good morning. It is June 19th, Juneteenth. Much love and care for all of us out there on this day of celebration, but it's really a day of reflection and has got me thinking a lot about redemption and whether people can change. You know, I like to keep that hope alive, right? That we can grow and evolve and change. And as I reflect on our country's relationship with one another, folks whose origin story began with enslaved folks, folks whose origin story began with enslaver folks, folks whose origin story began with, you know, time immemorial in this place. It just has me thinking about, you know, the stories we tell ourselves about how we reconcile past hurts and harms, how we heal from it, how we build relationships through it, and just the work that takes and the constant rededication to do that work. If we believe it's possible to change and grow and do better and be better for one another. There's clearly so much healing and learning that still needs to happen, and you know, the much needed holding to account for bad behavior and hurtful behavior is so important in our learning journey, and it has to come, from my perspective, with some space for us to grow and learn and evolve to do better, I guess. At least I hope that's what I can offer folks in my journey as I, you know, stumble through this as the rest of us do. Anyhow, just you know, reflecting on big thoughts that were just sort of churning in my brain this morning as I woke up. We are on an organizational rest week, so I have turned off the power strip at my desk because I do not want to be on that computer, but clearly I have another one from out here in the backyard under this beautiful California pepper tree that I love and adore in our backyard. It does rain her beautiful leaves all over. The California pepper tree, despite its name, is not a California native. It is, it was brought here, I think it's native to Australia, but it was brought here. How did it come here? I think it may have been brought by the Catholic Church. I don't know how they came to it, but anyhow, it's not native, but it has the name California, right? As if it is. And it's also one of my favorite trees. Most of my well, I have a lot of favorite trees. California oak, big time fave, that is a native. But some of my other favorite trees that you see here in the landscape of California are not native. The California pepper tree, the Melaleuca, the tea tree, has like a squishy bark. Oh my gosh, it's like the most huggable tree, also not native. But yeah, that tells a story too, right? These kind of native and non-native species attempting to live a life in harmony. Big thoughts, big thoughts. Anywho, we're here for our weekly card pull, and I'm going off on tangents all over the place because that's how my brain works. And I guess, you know, not being confined to my desk has got my brain reeling. Last week, we got the leader. I lead from the heart, the energy of the sun, which is sorely needed around here. Last May was the most days without sunshine on record here in California, Southern California. June is on deck to be the same. And as a creature who is solar powered, not seeing the sun at this time of year is kind of shaking me up a little bit. I'm feeling the energy of the longer days, but I'm not getting the kind of warmth of the sun that I need, or I think I need. I'm learning how to adjust with that. So as we contemplate the stories of our ancestors, let's see what they have to tell us this week about our leadership. I mentioned we are on an organizational rest week, so we don't really have any meetings on the books, and our crew are all sort of powered down and self-directed this week, doing what they need to recharge and renew. Gonna try and connect with family and take my mom to some doctor's appointments and that sort of thing. But I think even when we're not at work, this life, from my perspective, is the work. How we live in it, how we engage in relationship with one another. All of that is very much the work. So let's see what the ancestors have to tell us about how we should show up this week and next. The honorable warrior. Take a stand for positive change. I'm brave and courageous. I'm strong, passionate, bold, hardworking, territorial, athletic, competitive, decisive, heroic, loyal, disciplined, and action-driven. Okay? I see you with your lightning bolt. Kind of a cool little image there. Yeah. See what the book has to say about honorable warrior here. Mars, energy of Mars. Oh yeah, we had a new moon this weekend too. So as we're waxing, right? The moon is growing in its light or its reflection of the sun. Things are sort of powering up, and you know, to the apex of the full moon, and things are kind of blooming, opening, powering up. We're charging up from the center. And I just passed right by. So it's a good time to kind of recommit to your practices, to your disciplines, to your rituals. If you kind of got less disciplined about them in the past moon cycle, this is a good time to kind of get those things, you know, sort of back into your rhythms and habits and recommit to them. So the honorable warrior, the mantra is, I take a stand for positive change. My sole desire is to pursue personal excellence and world change through courageous acts. My purpose is to stand for honorable causes and be an agent of positive change. My shadow, rescuer, narcissistic, volatile, self-neglecting. The honorable warrior is empowered with confidence, courage, determination, and drive to be a champion for worthy causes and create positive change in the world. As an honorable warrior, you are strong, brave, passionate, hardworking, loyal, action-oriented spiritual warrior who is guided by a higher power. You're willing to fight the good fight for a cause in which you strongly believe. You'll stand for the underdog when they can't stand for themselves. And you're at your best when you're saving the world. As the honorable warrior, you have the enduring passion to achieve your heart's desires and the focused will and ambition to reach your goals. You're a good leader, and you can take action on your own while being part of a greater cause or organization. You thrive when surrounded by comrades, have a wealth of inspiration for your brothers and sisters to be a little braver and up their game through healthy competition, and you continually take your life and ambitions to the next level. You're disciplined and know that where there's a will, there's a way. You just do it and get things done, which makes you highly valuable to any project or organization you're involved in. And this is the shadow the honorable warrior can sometimes fall into the negative pattern of the rescuer, a warrior with misguided attachments who needs to be needed to feel worthy. Ooh. Okay, I hear you. If you're playing the part of the rescuer, you see only the weaknesses in others, not their strengths. You need a victim to rescue to feel valued and loved. This can lead to codependency and disempowerment for both you and the victim. Because you sometimes let ambition get the best of you and work even harder when times are tough, you tend to neglect yourself. This will leave you stressed, burnt out, cut off from your divine guidance. Your narcissistic tendencies will then emerge, and you may end up compromising your values to win or use control to get what you want at any cost. You need to be wary of becoming addicted to confrontation, as you will eventually alienate yourself as well as those around you. I honor, and this is the inspired action plan to move us through shadow. I honor and follow divine direction to be empowered with my high value gifts, commit to a worthy cause, and wholeheartedly serve to create positive change in the world. This one's pretty. It's speaking to me. This reconciling of our need to change the world, to be of service to the world, to heal the world, right? And also realizing that there's a path to doing that does not always have to. We can be honorable warriors without everything having to be a war. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. Knowing which battles, are worth the fight and which are not. And that doesn't mean, we allow ourselves to be doormats or walked all over or weak in any way, but we don't have to approach every tension as war. That's what I'm hearing very clearly from that. It's nice out here. I'm enjoying it. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please get in touch if you need community care, and we might be a little delayed in getting back to you, but we're always here in community. Have a wonderful week. A blessed and reflective Juneteenth to all of us and to everyone. And maybe I'll find our honorable warriors inside.